Cool. How are you guys doing today?
Zoe gave a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to express my emotions, so I just give everyone the thumbs up.
If that ain't the 2018 mood.
I saw a really funny, relatable post the other day. It was on...
me complaining about everyone?
No, it was...
Was it my turkey post?
No, it wasn't either of you guys.
But did you enjoy my turkey post?
Which turkey post?
You know.
I don't know.
You know.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. No, it was a Tumblr post. It said, are you a finger guns bisexual or an awkward thumbs up bisexual?
Definitely a finger guns bisexual.
But the reblog of that was, everyone keeps saying both, and I suddenly feel regretful. I asked a bunch of bisexuals to make a choice. And I found that very
I resonate.
funny.
I resonate.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so, before we begin, I left it in the other room. I'll be right back.
Wait.
This is very important. I'm gonna make a run.
Simon the turkey.
Oh, I did see that. I love that, yeah.
By Simon.
I'll be right back.
Let's make fun of him.
So Zoe, this is our podcast now.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
Lock the door.
Okay, we're locking up.
Click.
I'm putting in the electronic lock on the keypad. Now we can
Lock
talk.
sounds.
We're locked in.
I don't know.
Cause okay, I did not.
Wait,
I didn't.
Why would you... Did you lock it after I left?
No! We were making jokes about locking it, but it was actually locked.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a play-by-play of what just happened, which was Simon left the room. Zoe and I immediately made jokes about locking the door, and then Simon tried to come back in, but the door was locked.
So I have a bit of a special.
Oh no!
With me today.
Oh no! Zoe. Zoe, it's yours. You won this.
I don't think Zoe... Oh, she did guess. Yeah.
I did, but...
So... That's yours for the day. I
Simon,
need the frame back.
Simon, I love this. Simon brought in...
The one day I don't have a lighter on me.
Simon brought in a framed photo of Ryuji Sakamoto.
I don't want it to look at me.
From Persona 5. And there's it's so cute.
Yeah, I put a bit of a pink vignette around it.
Guys, he's so cute.
Yeah. So yeah, you can have it for the day, but then
Look at his
I think I'm just gonna keep it by my bedside.
Yeah, for reasons.
Drama and Ramen.
So let's get this show started.
All right, what do we do here?
Welcome to Drama and Ramen. What? Did you say something? Say something?
No.
You want to say it to the whole class?
I'm looking at
We
my
don't
Ryuji.
do much here. Guys, this is the first time we've all been in the same room.
Yeah, I know.
4
It's
weeks.
been so long. I gotta tell you, I was listening to the previous episode or not the previous episode, the one before the previous episode on Two Fathers.
Mm-hmm.
We reference it being a Valentine's Day episode multiple times in that episode.
March.
This is gonna come out maybe tomorrow,
March,
probably.
March 2nd, I think.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So yeah,
That
kind
may or may not be on me.
You know Valentine's Day, March 2nd. Hey, so Zoe, what do we do here?
Not much.
Simon, what do we do here?
We watch Asian dramas, sometimes not Asian dramas. Sometimes they're comedies, but usually dramas.
Asian dramedies.
Yeah, and we talk about them. And that's what we're doing
From
today.
our mouths to your ears.
The Drama and Ramen way. So, what show did we watch this week, guys?
We were gonna watch.
Sure.
We were gonna watch a show called Love Calls.
AKA Spooky Wingman.
Spooky Wingman.
AKA Boy House.
I don't. I
Apparently
think,
it doesn't exist.
So what I think happened is we recorded that episode very close to. It was before February was over that we recorded that episode where I said we were going to watch that, and now it's March. So, like, I think it got taken off Netflix at the end of February.
Well, I can't find. I looked for it all online. I was like, Love Calls, and then Love Calls Asian TV show, and I couldn't find anything about it.
Okay, well, maybe it was the ghost the whole time.
Yeah.
Guess what else happens in March?
Terrace House.
I was about to say Jesus died, but I don't think that's true.
Yeah, so what we ended up watching was Good Morning Call.
We watched Good Morning Call.
Yeah, a show about tsunderes and Stockholm Syndrome.
It's an anime in real life.
Yeah, so Good Morning Calls is mostly follows this girl who I forgot her name. I don't know if either of you wrote it down.
No.
I know the names of every other character except her.
Yeah, so she's just girl.
Girl.
As
Does anyone else have a nickname for her? Because I couldn't think of one.
She didn't have many defining
No, she
characteristics.
didn't really have a personality or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree because I think that she's not a human. I think that she's like an alien pretending to be a human. Because the way she reacts to every situation
That's true.
is
Yeah.
so extreme. And like even if it's like a benile, like is benile a word?
Benile?
Benile.
But how would you spell that?
I don't know. If it's
Sorry.
a not
Some Ryuji's open up my
Simon
phone.
opened up his phone and it's just a bunch of pictures of Ryuji.
Benile is a word.
What does it mean? Does it mean
I don't know
like-
if you want to know. Horny with dirty ambitions.
No, that's not what I meant. Even if it edit all of this out. Even if it's something so like
We're starting over.
we're starting the
This is the
podcast
beginning of the
over.
podcast.
I'm smashing my own laptop
From the beginning.
from the top. Hey guys, welcome
We're
to
watching
Drama and Ramen.
Father of
I'm horny.
Life.
I'm horny.
God, start over.
Welcome to a very benile episode of Drama and Ramen. Even if it's something so like minuscule as like walking apart from somebody else, she like the look on her face is one of like disgust, confusion, excitement, and rage all at once.
The part where the guy's walking to her and she has this increasing horrified expression on her face.
Yeah.
I don't think we can really turn that into a nickname.
We can talk more about how much I love this girl later.
All right, so just girl. Can you think?
Let's-
Do you know names
Alien
of any
girl?
aliens?
Let's call her main character.
That's too long. MC?
Okay.
Color MC?
That's only 2 syllables less, but okay.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah, we're too
Drama and Ramen?
we're too benile for that.
We're too benile with all these Ryujis in the room.
Oh man, he's looking at me and he's winking at the same time, and he has his weird skull in his hand. so he's
Put an end to
turning
this.
I need that frame back actually because I took a bunch of family photos out of there and put Ryuji in.
Sounds to me like you made
That
an
is very
improvement.
dusty.
All right, so the show opens at a school, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah. Are we gonna do other nicknames or just when we get to
we can
them?
figure it out
Yeah.
as we
Okay.
go on.
This is jazz.
Yeah. So we start at a school. It is a high school.
Yes.
And as per usual, nobody there looks like they're high school age.
They are all 35 years old.
Yeah. But so we start out, we're looking at MC, the main girl, and she's with her friends, one of whom has a copious amount of scarves around his neck.
Yeah.
Scarf.
That was a lot of scarves.
Yeah.
Scarf guy.
Mm-hmm. So we can just call him Scarfy. And then
Or we can call him Zero because he wants to be one of the top 3, but he's nothing.
that's kind of harsh. I like Scarfy.
Scarfy.
And then another girl who, I don't know. She has even less characteristics. Really.
Girl friend.
Girl 2.
Girl 2.0.
Yeah, we'll just... Yeah.
I need to move this
2.
lamp. Hold on.
Okay.
Every time I hit the table, the lamp moves.
How did you spell that word, Simon?
What word?
Benile.
Benile. Look at us teaching the
We're learning.
youngins here on our podcast. Find
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
I don't know how that word
Yeah,
got
how did
into...
that get
I don't know. I don't know, Simon. Am I?
Bit of a Freudian slip.
Yeah. I found a word that's very enjoyable to me, and it's horngry, which is when you're horny and hungry at the same time. And that's just a funny word.
Zoe's, I think, uncomfortable at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm sorry.
Let's move on.
I'm sorry.
So then, who walks in but the most popular boy at school, Uehara, who is the only one whose name I did remember.
I called him Cheekbones the whole time. I mean, did you see those things?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You can slice a nice loaf of bread on those.
Yeah, so who should walk in but Cheekbones, the number one boy at the school, which I guess is something that they actually, like...
Yeah, there's a hierarchy of
Yeah.
who you are and aren't allowed to talk to, and the top 3 boys are at the top of the do not talk to these boys list.
Mm-hmm. So he walks
What's
in...
the rating system for this list?
I don't know.
I assume it's very rigorous. There's a lot of categories you have to clear to get into top boy.
Number 1, be kind of a dope.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Kind of an asshole.
wear a jacket most of the time. Like indoors too.
Yeah.
He's not Cheekbones anymore.
He's jacket
He's
guy.
Jacket Guy.
He's become jacket guy.
I do like cheekbones though.
Yeah, we'll all just
Okay. Cheek jackets.
cheek jackets. Jacketbones.
Jacketbones is so dope.
Yeah, so Jacketbones walks in and he kind of Moseses the crowd apart.
Yes, it's so wild. He walks into this school and like it's silent and like all these girls part and then he walks in.
Yeah.
And it's like the end of a Christmas movie when they were like, "Oh, it's Santa. He's here." Maybe he's Santa.
Maybe. We just figured it out. That's why it's at the top of the list.
Is this actually Santa Claus 3?
4?
What, was there a third
There
one?
was a
Yeah,
third
there
Santa
Oh,
Claus
okay.
movie and it
Wow,
sucked.
you guys so readily know that.
Well, the second one was where he had to find a wife, right?
Yeah, the second one is where he needed, because
There
like
was a clause in the Santa Claus clause.
so the magic of being Santa Claus is so tied to heteronormative society that like you can't be Santa Claus if you are not 1 straight, 2 Tim Allen, 3 and have a wife.
So is 3 the one with Jack Frost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
in it.
And then
Alright.
number 3 is the one where they didn't have Bernard, and Curtis stepped up, and he was the Bernard character, but he wasn't as good as Bernard.
Okay.
Have I told you guys about the time that I was watching the Santa Claus and I tweeted about how when I was little I was in love with Bernard the Elf, and then the guy who played Bernard the Elf liked it,
Yeah.
but I didn't tag him in it, so he was like clearly searching Bernard the Elf on Twitter.
What a legend. Do you want to scoot a bit closer to the mic?
I want to
lounge! Okay, well, why don't I just move the mic over here then? There we go. And then I'll just kind of... Alright, yeah, that's good.
I feel like we as a society don't talk about how bad those movies are enough.
Yeah.
I saw that, Simon.
So he walks in, he parts the crowd, like the Santa Claus he is.
He was like, "Ho, ho, ho! Who wants to talk about how marriage is between a man and a woman?"
And then, what? This group of girls comes up to him and...
Invites him to their Christmas party.
Yeah.
He's Santa!
He is Santa!
Oh my god. Yeah, and then he... he declines.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
He's like, "No.
I can't.
I can't."
and then this group of these 3 girls in like business attire.
They must
walk
be
up.
like the top 3 girls or something.
Yeah.
They're
or-
probably
I
the
see.
student council.
So they walk up to her and kind of drag her away as she screams in horror.
To the dungeons with this one.
Trying to escape the hierarchy, young lady. To the dungeon with you.
Everyone knows not to question Tim Allen's stance. Ah, you millennials. So PC. God, I hate Tim Allen.
So then, what? It's later and they're like up on the roof, I think.
No, the girl gets a phone call from her mom because she's
Oh, right.
moving out.
Yeah.
And her mom's like, I gotta talk to you.
In the bathroom.
Yeah. And then she goes up to the roof to talk to her mom because apparently the bathroom is not an appropriate place to hold a conversation with your mother.
Every time I see someone have a phone conversation in the bathroom, I just like give them the side eye. Like, this is inappropriate. Go to a roof somewhere.
So she hangs up the phone and lo and behold, Cheekbones rolls up.
Jacketbones.
Sorry.
Jacketbones.
I don't know, I like Cheekbones though.
Alright, cheekbones is fine.
Okay.
So cheekbones rolls out. And
He had gotten a threatening text message from someone saying that if he didn't meet them on the roof, they were going to jump off the roof.
yeah.
Jeez.
We don't really hear from that girl again.
No,
Right?
so
We just
it
kinda
makes
see
me
her,
wonder.
like,
Wait,
hiding.
I
What
thought
happened to her?
that girl was her friend.
Was that girl too?
I thought so. I might be wrong.
Was it? It might have been. If so, she's
Because, like,
she's
when-
got some things to talk about.
Yeah.
Because when he came in and the crowd split, she was like, "Oh, I have to go somewhere," and she ran off.
Oh.
And then you saw like that girl,
I didn't know that.
like she was behind the wall and she was like watching
Yeah.
main character girl and Cheekbones talk, and then she ran away crying.
Girl 2 was
Wow.
like really into.
She needs to start blocking
Shit.
out an hour a week for therapy.
We
Yeah.
can't number the girls. this is not.
They're not the
It's
top
too
3
late.
girls. We can't do this.
Unless you guys have something better than Girl 2. That's just what it is now.
Okay.
So Jacketbones walks up on the roof and sees MC there, and assumes that she's the one who sent the text, but she's not. So he starts to leave, but then he walks back slowly, menacingly.
Well, after she yelled at him,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. She yells
she
at
was
him.
like, "You need to treat girls better.
Right, and
You're
then,
a jerk.
yeah,
Meanie."
which he is.
Yeah.
He is not a likable character, I gotta say.
At the end of the episode, I empathized with him more, but it like didn't excuse some of the things he did.
At the end of the episode, when he randomly.
No. What?
No, we'll get to
Okay.
that.
No, when he was being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you learned the reason why he was like, I can't be with anyone.
Doesn't excuse it.
Yeah, I just said it doesn't excuse it.
He is. All right. Yeah. He's. You kind of start to like him at the end of it, but he's kind of an unexcusable jackass.
He's no Ryuji. Because Ryuji,
Who is?
He's always saying effing and bastard, but he's nice.
Yeah. So then Cheekbones turns around and menacingly starts walking towards MC. And
Is it menacing, or is
it's
it?
pretty well.
It ki-
How they shoot it is very menacing.
Okay.
It's like this slow, like.
I started laughing
Sorry.
during that scene so hard. Because it was cut of him walking slowly, and then cut of her being scared.
Yeah.
And every time it cut back to her, she was like
more
even more
scared. Yeah.
Like this actress,
That's
I
great.
love her. Her face is so like, she can do every emotion at once.
Mhm.
It's incredible.
It's like she was watching somebody take their face off. That was the vibe I was getting from her. It was
Just
weird.
watching someone take their
Yeah.
face off. How do you know
was-
that expression so?
If you stay after the credits, you do get to see her take her face off.
is that I haven't seen Face Off with Nicolas Cage and the other guy, but John Travolta.
I was about to say the Bilbo Baggins guy. No,
Martin Freeman?
Frodo Baggins. That guy.
Elijah Wood?
Yeah, but that's The Trust, and that's a different Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, that's... Face Off is the one where Nicolas Cage and John Travolta trade faces and then become each other, and one of them's evil, but then they trade them again, I think. And then I think Nicolas Cage takes John Travolta's kids as his own when he becomes John Travolta. Or the other way around.
Hold on, what?
I've seen 3 movies, and they are Battle Royale and both National Treasure movies.
Well, maybe we'll do Face Off. That's one of our
my favorite Asian drama.
Yeah. We've got a long list of movies to watch for our April Fool's episode.
Guys, the April Fool's episode is 24 hours long.
Actually, wait, hold on. Based on scheduling, this episode might end up coming out like close to April. Like our next episode might be an April episode.
Ooh,
We can push the next 2 back.
Okay.
Just so it lines up.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So that happens, but then all he's actually walking towards her to say is that her fly's down. And then she gets embarrassed and yells at him some more.
Yeah, homie, you don't need to walk up close to someone to be like, "Hey, your fly's down."
Yeah, you can yell that from
At that
across
point,
the
it's just
room.
uncomfortable.
You can make a big old sign that says your fly's down and
Yeah.
wave it at them while screaming.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. And then I think
It's her and her pals.
walking outside the school.
Yeah. Leaving their high school.
Yeah.
Because they're all in high school.
Scarfy is playing some sports, I think.
I thought
No.
Scarfy was a different boy. There's the sports boy.
Is there a different
There-
boy?
yeah,
than
there's
a
tennis
sports
boy.
Yeah, there's tennis boy.
Oh.
He plays tennis, and he's in love with the girl.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
But tennis boy is the number 1 boy, right? And then Cheekbones is the number 2 boy, I think.
No, Cheekbones is the number 1 boy.
But
Because
then,
he is in 12th grade.
but
Tennis boy's only
So,
in 11th
so he's the
Sportsy
number
is-
2 boy.
Yeah.
Okay, but then nobody like shows up to
Sportsy
like
is in the top 3.
drag the main character away. So is it okay if the boy if the boy associates the conversation?
We don't
initiates-
understand
I don't
the
know.
hierarchy rules of this high school.
Yeah.
This high school. Where
This-
people are living on their own.
But yeah, so then it's them walking, Sportsy, Scarfy, Girl 2,
And they are on their way
The whole
to
squad.
the whole squad.
Yeah. It's in slow motion. There's like rap music playing.
They're on the beach all of a sudden.
Yeah, one of
Super weird.
them has a gun. But where are they going?
To her apartment, right?
Whoa, she has an apartment?
Yeah, so
Holy moly.
the
They're in
whole,
high school.
the basic plot of the show is that she's the setup of the show is that she's just moved into an apartment on her own.
Finally, her own place.
Yeah.
Free from mom and dad.
Her own place. Or is it?
Because she's like home alone, and then like the one
Yes.
Scarfy boy is like, oh, what if it's haunted? What if someone died in here? And she's like, ha, die. And then she kills him.
She makes all the friends leave.
And then he becomes the ghost in the apartment. But it's late one night, and she hears a noise outside
Episode
her
2 is Oh My Ghost.
episode. It's the prequel. No, we're still in episode 1. You tripped me up. But then she
We haven't even gotten to the intro of the episode yet.
Yeah. No, this is pretty in there.
No, I mean like the theme song intro. It doesn't come until like 15 minutes into the episode.
Okay, well, she's in her apartment, and then she hears a noise, and she goes out and hits the noise with a broom. And it turns out to be the number one boy,
Jacketbones.
Jacketbones.
Yeah.
And
Bone jackets ready.
and they're both pretty confused about that
Yeah.
because they both signed up to live alone and pay $800 a month for rent.
Which is wild. Does our wave file look weird to you?
No, it looks good.
Okay.
We're gonna stop recording and then all the audio is gonna be gone just because I'm here.
God, I hope not. But okay, so yeah, they're both pretty confused about that. Then they find out that it was actually a scam, and they both got a lease.
Yeah.
Thing.
They got the same lease.
Yeah, and so and not only that, but the rent isn't $800, but instead $1,500.
It's weird that they're using USD in Tokyo to pay rent.
Oh yeah, that is
Okay.
weird.
But also, what high school student can afford to live alone in an $800 a month apartment?
Yeah, we see him doing a job, but we never see her.
No, he does
doing
2
a job.
jobs.
Yeah.
He
But
does.
still, like, is that enough to support you for $800 a month plus food? I mean, he ordered himself 4 pizzas.
I think so. 800. I mean, what you can make a good like.
What is the minimum wage in Japan?
You can make a good $200 a week. I have. Like at Hannaford's.
Yeah. But that's not enough.
Well,
I mean,
little more, but
yeah.
I mean, well, he's got like 2 jobs going on.
Yeah. So
He's taking like extra shifts and stuff. I think he can afford it.
okay.
This isn't. We're not doing a film theory right now.
Whether it's film theory, your favorite movies, I found little contrivances in them, and I'm exploiting them for money. Matt Pat.
Oh my God.
I hate Matt Pat.
Jesus. Can Jacketbones afford the rent?
Film theory. I'm sorry, Zoe.
Why do you have it so outward?
He's so annoying. He's so annoying. And like, to be fair, I did hate him before he did the whole Undertale Pope thing. So I did hate
You hated him before it was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a hatred for him, but I don't.
It's not a hatred, it's just every time I see his face, I want to shut off whatever device I'm using.
This is another
That's
instance where I don't know what the conversation is about.
Do you not know Matt, the famous Matt Pat?
Matthew
No.
Patrick?
No?
Of game theory and film theory fame?
Hey guys, how would the Hunger Games work? Yeah, we have a book about how the Hunger Games work, Matt Pat. You don't need to do this video.
Wow, there's a lot coming out right now.
Oh, would Spider-Man's arms break on the webs? He has spider strength. Matt Pat, it's a comic book movie. No one cares if Spider-Man's arms break on the web.
Do we need to stop recording and work this out? Do you need to talk?
Zoe just thinks
How
you're
valuable is unobtainium?
She just thinks you're going off on some random guy.
Don't mean to blow up Matthew Patrick's spot
We'll-
on our podcast that 6 people listen to.
We'll give you the whole Matt Pat rundown after the podcast.
He gave the Pope a copy of Undertale.
All right, let's move on for the sake of everyone.
Okay.
So they both, they find out that they're both signed up to live here, and so they just decide to start living together,
I do like
reluctantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do not like each other.
I do like the scene where they're at the real estate agency and it says closed for good.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we need to go figure this out. And so they go find, I don't know if they explained this at all, but it seemed like just a random old lady in the house. And she was explaining how the contract worked.
Yeah, why did it say, who is she?
I don't know who she
At first I
was.
thought that maybe she was like a shaman or something, but why would she know about
Yeah.
leases?
Oh, great apartment lease shaman.
Yeah, so they go. So
Here's a life theory. Can people afford a house?
Stefan stops. So they reluctantly start living together, and then the theme song, an intro, kicks in.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Good morning, Cole.
And it's
That's it.
Morning.
it's like this deviant art, like it's just kind of like anime drawings. People have,
It was cute.
yeah, it was fine.
This is fine.
I had just heard Angie outside say it's fine right before you said it's fine.
Dude,
So
That's weird.
Angie knows
this
what's
is
up.
freaky.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to pay a fine. For
Let's
this,
continue.
Let's go. All right, edit that out. So yeah, so the theme song intro kicks in. You got something to say,
Are
Stefan?
you okay?
I shouldn't. I was gonna be like, podcast theory. How long is Simon gonna be allowed here? But,
No, well, don't say that.
I'm sorry,
It's me.
Simon. I love you.
Love you too. Okay, so.
I'm sorry, Simon.
How
That
does this
wasn't,
always happen?
that wasn't to you. That was to Ryuji.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he's turned around right now. You can't even see him.
Kissing the back of his blonde head.
Oh, well, he's turning around.
Oh. Oh. Simon, the
It's a
picture just
sparkle.
blinked.
So the intro goes in, and I think what happens after that, he orders all those pizzas.
He orders so many pizzas.
4 boxes.
The
of
brand
pizza.
is called Pizza Silcat.
Yeah.
Also, we have 10 minutes, and then
Mhm.
someone needs to do an interview in here.
Yeah. So let's speed this up.
Okay.
So he orders a bunch of pizzas. She thinks maybe some of the pizzas are for her because there's 4 boxes of pizza.
Which is a reasonable assumption.
Yeah. But no, apparently not.
No, just keep going.
Okay. Although we never find out if he actually eats all the pizza or not.
They do show the empty boxes in his room.
That's true, but we don't know if he ate it or not.
Simon.
Maybe there's like a goblin living in his room.
He's like, I need to keep this quiet. Film theory.
That's why.
Goblin in the boy.
That's why he tells her not to go in his room.
Yeah, then he sets some ground rules, and then she immediately breaks the ground rules.
Every
and,
single rule.
and she breaks, and then she breaks a portrait frame of
His dead parents.
of his dead parents. That's right. The twist in the episode was that his parents were dead the whole time.
Yeah.
And she kept making remarks about his parents.
Yeah, she kept being like, don't you have like parents to support you? And he was like, can't you? She was like, can't you talk to your parents? And he was like, no. And then she was like, ugh.
I thought it was a pretty well set up twist. I would say like they kind of flash back to the scenes that
I felt
reference.
emotions.
Yeah, it was like it makes sense when you, which is nice for a twist.
The twist was it made sense.
Yeah, so then it's just like a bunch of scenes of her trying to be nice and just kind of screwing up all the rules he sets, and him being an asshole. Her being a hassle and him being an asshole.
The Drama and Ramen way.
And then and then the breaking point is
The milk pudding.
The milk pudding.
the milk pudding.
The pudding incident.
So he walks in on her eating his milk pudding that he put in the fridge for him, and he looks at her and he says, "What the fridge?"
he drops like the F-bomb.
Yeah.
It's like the first
Over
time.
pudding.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was like a sweary show. I thought it was family friendly, but apparently not.
And then Jacketbones went up to his room and he cried for 4 days.
Yeah.
The pudding incident.
Yeah, so then she goes to run out and get some more milk pudding to appease him. Stefan's just lovingly staring at Ryuji over
I'm
here.
looking at his gloves and they have like weird square knuckles on them and I didn't notice those before.
But she goes out to get some milk pudding. They don't have it at the store.
I don't want to look at it.
And so she runs to another place where the guy says they might have milk pudding. And then this guy just starts chasing her, and we never actually see the guy, but
He could have just been like, hey, can I get some directions? And she was like, ah.
Well, on the news earlier, it was like, there have been women in the area that have been attacked by an unknown man.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, citizens watching the news. Just in case you were wondering, there's a plot coming later. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Goodbye.
Oh, I love the joke in shows and comics and stuff where someone like flashes back to something that only makes sense as a flashback. Yeah. Sorry.
I want later in this show for her to be like, wait, am I a bad person? And then it's like a flashback and it's like her eating
I'm a bad person?
And then it's like her eating the milk pudding in real time. It's like flashback to him setting the rule of we don't eat each other's food. And then her eating the pudding in real time. And then it's back to the present and she's like, I'm a bad person. They're circling. They're circling.
Okay. Yeah, they're both kind of bad people in the show.
You have 5 minutes. Chill.
Yeah, so she gets chased, and then Jacketbones gets worried and decides to run out. He sees that she bought him a new frame.
Yeah.
For the one she broke, for the dead parent picture.
A frame. To frame the broken frame.
Yeah, exactly. She was framed. And then he runs out and finds her hiding. Or no, first she goes to the place.
Oh, yeah.
and she's like, "Did anyone come in here buying milk pudding?" And
the guy's like, "Yes."
And then he runs out and he says, "Huh, milk pudding is really popular."
Millennials, the one industry they're not killing is milk pudding.
Yeah, so he runs out and then he finds her just kind of hiding behind a bush. And then he carries her back to the apartment. Like she piggybacks.
Why?
I'm not sure.
They don't really know each other.
But
Like
they're gonna fall in love eventually, and they might as well just go with it.
I should just ask every person I meet to give me a piggyback ride, just in case we fall in love. You never know. You just gotta prepare.
Well, I guess
if you're
maybe
on the
like...
street at 3 a.m. and you're not Polish, you have to give Zoe a piggyback ride.
Was that a...
That's not a racist thing. That's a John Mulaney joke.
Yeah, John Mulaney joke. I love that bit. Put that bit in, but put the overlay Stefan's piggyback thing.
Like if you're on the street at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're not Polish, you may have to
give Zoe a piggyback ride.
And then, so she gets piggybacked home.
They have a heartfelt talk, and then they make up.
Yeah. And then, like, the next day, all his alarms are going off, and she goes into his room to wake him up, and then
he calls her Yuri, and then...
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh. I forgot her name, so I wasn't sure if that was her name or not.
Well, at first I thought, like, maybe he was... Like, he woke up and he was like, "Oh, this is my mom," but then they kissed.
Because I assumed that Yuri was his sister. I assumed that Yuri was his sister, and then they kissed, and I was like, "Oh, this is weird," with a capital W.
Crazy with a capital F.
Okay. Hey, so ratings, right?
Yeah. So then that's the end of the show.
That's the end of the episode. It's whack.
I want to mention one more thing, which is Sports Boy. He does go on a walk with Main Girl at one point, and just like every other line of his is him talking about sports.
Yeah.
I wrote down both of them. He said, "Because of sports, I got into university." And then right after that...
God, I wish that were me.
Just like 2 lines after that. Out of context, it doesn't make... He just kind of inserts it. He says, "As you know, I'm pretty into sports."
Well, as you know, I'm pretty interested in ending on time.
Okay.
So we should rate the show and pitch the next show.
What did you guys think?
It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch more of it, but it was fun to watch, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys have actual, like,
I'm
scale
trying to come
ratings?
up with
Yeah, alright.
a scale.
Yeah, I thought it
There
was
are
like,
better ways
like-
to spend your morning.
It wasn't...
1 out of 2 cheekbones.
Damn it,
Half-
Zoe, that
half-
was mine.
half of-
2 out of 4 pudding.
half of the available cheekbones.
It wasn't boring, but it wasn't
Yeah.
really, like, exciting.
This is not a 4. It's not lower than a 4, but it's not higher than a 6.
It is exactly in the
That's-
middle.
yeah.
Like, I gave a 5 out of 10 to Two Fathers, but honestly, that deserved like a 6 out
That
of
is
10.
a
now that
6.5.
Yeah, but this is like right in the middle there.
Yeah.
Just like fully mediocre.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hey Zoe, what do you got for us?
So I'm gonna give this five out of 10 tiny bee men. Which is I didn't mention that earlier. There was like a tiny bee man that kind of showed up
Oh yeah.
at parts of the show and just kind of like transitioned the scenes and
All right. I
was
see
next
those.
to
I
the
see
text.
those teens.
They're getting mad out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's. Zoe, what are we
Okie dokie.
watching?
Yeah.
Hey ho, time for a new show. That's what I wrote down on my paper. Okay. Under the black moonlight, the newest member of a college art club has the ability to smell death.
I'm into it.
That's cool.
And then there's My Runaway. An egotistical top male model and a pretty model wannabe are forced to live each other's lives until they figure out a way to undo their body switch.
I'm less into it.
And I'm also bringing back the movie Tag, starring our favorite kidnapped victim from Tara's house.
Oh yeah.
With the freak school bus accident, and then she wakes up in an alternate universe.
I'm liking the sound of the first one.
Yeah, me too.
What's that called?
Under the Black Moonlight.
Under the Black
And I
Moonlight?
promise it will be on Netflix when you go to watch it.
Okay. Alright, cool. Next time on Drama and Ramen. I don't know when this is coming out or
Who
what's
knows?
gonna happen next, but
Mom? Dad? Friends?
possibly we'll be watching Under the Black Moonlight. So
I'll catch you on the side flip.
yeah, get you on the tsundere side.
Yeah. But
Bye.
stop this recording.
Okay.
I love this. I love doing this show with you guys.
Me too. Let's do.
Let's stop the recording
Hold
before
me.
we do this. Let's stop the recording.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.